Kansas City's musical roots run deep. A jazz boomtown and a major blues hub, KC is home to one of the most prominent American music festivals, the Folk Alliance. This year's conference features dozens of top performers, including singer-songwriter Steve Poltz. Known for his wildly entertaining live show, as well as for co-writing Jewel's #1 hit, You Were Meant for Me, Steve will meet up with fellow songwriter Ben Arthur. Together, they'll have just 3 hours to try to write and record a brand new song.
Last prayer.
So tomorrow's sun, I'll stop praying.
Yeah, I like that. Is that any good? It's okay?
I think it is.
Okay.
And the stage has already been set for their experiment to be performed the next morning in front of a live audience to see whether the song works or not.
Any mistakes that we have
And you're
made?
playing it with me, right?
Am I?
Yeah. It'll be good.
This is SongCraft.
I'm here in Kansas City to play Folk Alliance, and SongCraft Presents has arranged for a session with a musician that I really love named Steve Poltz.
Hey, my name is Steve Poltz. I write songs, I make up songs, sometimes with friends, sometimes alone.
My impression of him as a very rousing performer and sort of wild man.
As I'm sitting here talking to you, I'm probably seem like I'm pretty mellow, but once I get on stage, all of a sudden, things just start happening.
This isn't singing along.
She's not gonna do
This
it,
is
dude.
chanting like a
You'll
cult.
never do it.
This is a cult.
She'll never do it.
I'll kill every one of you.
There was still the understanding in the background that he did write a huge hit, Jewel, and he's obviously a serious songwriter. It seemed like we were set up to get a really good thing.
We are hanging out in a honky-tonk. This is Knucklehead's Saloon. You know it's a saloon because you've got asphalt floors and cages around the bar. Frank, who owns Knuckleheads, very kindly offered to let us use it as our soundstage today. And since this is really one of the major hearts of music in Kansas City, it seemed appropriate.
That's what I see when I walk into a place like this. I see hopes and dreams shattered of musicians wanting to make it, and then maybe one rising above the heat. It's almost like a Coen Brothers film.
I like the fact that right now there's a blank page, and I have no clue, and it could totally suck, you know? It could have the most horrible ending in the world, or something good could happen.
Steve's schedule is really tight, so we only have about 3 hours with him to both write and record a song. And what's scary about that is tomorrow he's supposed to play this song at a panel at Folk Alliance.
I do like time limits, because if you have to write and you give yourself a deadline, it's not always good. There's no rules to this. I gotta go. My ride's here. Well, we've done it once. We've written songs together only once. We've written song together once. And it was fun. It was a great experience. We wrote a song called Tramp Stamp.
Sit down, son, I got a story to tell you now. You say your heart is broken and how? Oh, your mama, she had a tramp stamp, boy.
And it really was easy. But that being said, we could have a sophomore slump.
Oh, your mama, she had a tramp stamp, boy.
Tramp Stamp was so much fun, and then to get the chance to see him play the song live in front of 300 people was really, really satisfying. And then to see him crowd surf to the song was unbelievable.
Oh, your mama, she had tramps down, boy, louder.
He's an incredible songwriter, but he's also like really unpredictable.
My name is Steve Poltz. I just hopped off a train. I murdered a man on car number 23. The thing about when you said that you wanted to kidnap a family, I'm with you. Like, I want to be involved in this.
You should do that. All right.
And how you would actually get rid of the bodies. Okay.
So if we can keep him focused for the 3 hours, we're going to be fine. But whether we can do that is an open question.
We join Ben and Steve as they set up at Knuckleheads, a legendary Kansas City dive bar. Right now, all they have are some ideas and just 3 hours to get a song written and recorded.
Seriously, it's weird to just sit down and do a co-write with somebody because you have your own ideas of how things go, so you have to learn to give and take. But the good news is ideas come out that would have never come out.
Oh, is that the one? That's a pretty song. What Steve is playing right now is a piece that we came this close to writing when we last did this. And we ended up going for a slightly different feel.
Songwriting is still a mystery to me. It's a complete mystery to me. I don't even pretend to understand it. It's magic.
You had said you had an idea that you wanted to maybe throw out there.
This.
Yeah?
I was thinking of this.
It's so
Because you always were asking me about it.
I did ask you about that. I was ready to write that myself. I didn't even need you. I don't need you.
You don't. So what would you sing over that?
I think it long and drawn out.
Like my natural instinct said to go, ever since you know, ever since.
What about?
Ever since I can remember.
Yeah. Well, so maybe my idea might fit with that because, so I'm doing this Townes Van Zandt tribute. One of the songs I'm playing is a song called Blue Ridge Mountains, and the second verse is, you know, I had me a mama that could pray. Boy, she prayed for me both night and day, and I tore down every prayer she'd say, boy, and I ain't going back there anymore. And I thought that was an interesting idea, and that we could either write from the mom's perspective to that kid, you know, a kid like Townes who told you which way he was going to go, and then he went and went there, or potentially from, you know, the kid's perspective to the mom, like, you know, don't waste your prayers on me anymore, you know, let him go.
Townes Van Zandt is a hero to countless musicians, fans, and songwriters. His songs have been covered by Bob Dylan, Willie Nelson, and Norah Jones. But as his songs recount so poignantly, he had a weakness for drugs and alcohol. He died of related issues in 1997.
The mom to the son
It's darker.
is darker and more heart-wrenching.
Yeah, what about tomorrow, son, I'll stop praying for you. But tonight, I'm gonna try one last time, or
Yeah.
too much?
No, I like that.
Tomorrow, son, I'll stop praying for you. And you can do all those things you do. Last prayer, last prayer. And so the last prayer is battle, last battle, last prayer. So it's yeah. So that's the title, last prayer, a last prayer.
So tomorrow's sun, I'll stop praying for you.
Yeah, I like that. Is that any good? It's okay.
I think it is.
Okay, nice.
Something about the world not being fair.
Or-
the very
or-
first time I touched your hair, you know what I mean? As a little child, like just wishing the best for them.
Yeah, it's nice.
You know what I mean?
I do. I got little girls. That worked for me.
Okay, that worked. Let's go
Yeah.
with that. Tomorrow's sun. No, we've got to have that in there. He was crying.
I'm not crying. You're crying.
I'm Barbara Walters. I'm getting it out of him.
You're crying. So we could go a couple of different directions, and I wonder whether this is a good time to like bust it up and you take it in one direction.
Whenever the song gets to a certain point, I always suggest that we bust up and go into separate rooms, because art by committee is not good art.
All right, good luck.
So far, it's going pretty good. We've got a good idea. I came with a melody that I've always wanted to have a song for. So right now, I'm trying to write a verse. But instead, I'm talking to you guys because I have ADD.
I think one of the problems is Steve has had this gorgeous melody in his head a particular way for a long time, and you know, things get stuck. It's one of the reasons, you know, like any songwriter you talk to is going to be like, oh yeah, I've had this one song I've been working on forever, because it gets stuck in a certain form, and you have to have a little bit of flexibility, really, to, like, you got to be able to break a couple fingers and you know, bruise a couple ribs to fit it into the suit. The clock's running, so yeah, one assumes we'll figure it out soon.
So you're going first?
Or you can, I don't care.
I don't care. I'm good either way.
When you were just a child, well, I taped your ears so they'd lay flat. I threw the cookies and the chips away just to keep you from getting fat.
I just wanted to say to us in a song, when you were a child, I taped your ears so they lay flat.
I like that.
I've always wanted to say that.
It's good.
Like, just, because what part of it goes back to when I was a kid, my uncle had ear surgery because his ears stuck out like this, and I was so worried. I walked around the house like this all the time. So if you look at my ears, they're abnormally flat, because for years I walked like this as a little kid because I thought I was going to have to get ear surgery.
On your physiognomy?
I really do.
Do you?
I think we're kind of both in the same plane, really. He wrote a very sweet verse about a mother to a son, and I wrote a verse about a son to a mother.
How many nights did you wait up for me? Closing your eyes, but you didn't want to see me.
Do we do an instrumental part of this part?
Oh yeah, so that happens after every chorus.
Oh, see that's the last one.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Yeah, tearjerker central.
Yeah.
I like that verse you wrote because it's kind of reminds me of something that you might hear on Nebraska. It's like this.
That's not a bad thing.
No, it's a great thing.
That's a good
No,
thing.
I like that because it's like there's this truck and you're brought into this story of. I like it. I like it. I love the chorus. This is a really good song. I
Don't
think.
act so surprised, Steve.
No, we gotta do this
What we
more
got?
often.
Yeah, that's what you said last time.
Don't you think?
Totally.
Inspired by the legend and the heartache of songwriter Townes Van Zandt, our song is coming together. But as producer Al Houghton sets up to record, Steve has some last-minute edits.
Your last prayer. Maybe his mom's dying and he's with her.
That's a very different song.
She's always rescued him and now he's come back to try to rescue her. And he doesn't know how to.
That's kind of nice.
You know what I mean?
So, I do know what you mean. Do you like that better?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
I'm just, I love, takes me sometimes a while when somebody else has an idea to get inside of it.
Sure,
I have
sure.
to wear it like a pair of jeans, and then the more I start wearing it, the more I start going, oh yeah. Okay, I have this whole other idea.
Okay.
Okay, make the mom a robot. Okay? And so like the kid doesn't know she's a robot, and all of a sudden she's on a hospital gurney.
Your term for that was pulsarizing.
Oh yeah, okay.
You were telling me last time.
Make the mom a robot.
Songwriting is a really personal thing, and you know that you're getting close to the soul of the person across from you when you start to see this sort of defensive thing.
I thought maybe it was just gonna be a little too sad for me, and so I needed to add a little levity. So I thought that would be cool if she was a robot.
You know, Steve even has a term for it. He said that Jewel used to say that when they were co-writing, she would say he'd Poltzerize a song and make that, you know, add a crazy, wacky element to sort of back away from the heart of the matter.
Now, we need 2 lines, and one of the lines needs to be, now as I watch you here, taking your last breath.
We're going for that?
Something like that. We don't have to be so maudlin if we don't want, but as I watch you here.
Oh, okay. Rest my head against the bed's cold bars. Look out the window to see a sky with no stars, no matter what.
I'm gonna stab you in your. What's that thing called where you bleed?
Jugular. Jugular. It's right there.
Your station tooth.
We're songwriting right now.
You know, Steve had this riff rolling around in his head for who knows how long, probably years, and he didn't know what to do with it, and he brought it to SongCraft Presents with Ben to actually make a song out of it. Okay, guys, we got to record the song. Boom, we get it. We get the vocal, the guitar parts. That's the song. So they have to switch gears in the middle. Steve has to actually sing the thing, and by doing that and recording it, the song is then carved into stone, and that's the end of the songwriting.
The new song has been written and recorded, but the challenge isn't over yet. Returning to the Folk Alliance Conference, Steve is slated to perform the brand new tune for an eager audience of musicians, fans, and songwriters.
This doesn't scare me at all. I don't know why. I think because I've failed so many times in my life and on stage, I'm just used to failing. So failure seems comfortable. Failure is a warm blanket that I like to wear every day.
Very nice.
That's just sad, isn't it?
No, it's funny. It's better than sad.
Folk Alliance is this gathering of musicians and journalists and managers and record label owners and fans. And the one thing is there's just a lot of beards, you know? There's a lot of big beards, not small beards. Big, you know. I feel kind of self-conscious, like a prepubescent boy walking around there in that crowd.
You know, you think the pressure is off. I'm just in the audience. I'm not recording anything, kind of like my work is done. But I still find myself being a little anxious watching this performance unfold. That's such a new song, and see how people like it. See if even I like it in this context.
And on the panel will be Kelly McRae and Amy Spees, as well as Steve. We've written songs and brand new songs with all 3 of them, and Steve has to get on stage in front of the audience and play this song and put paid to the, you know, pretty heavy song that we wrote yesterday. There's a part of me that wonders whether that robot's gonna come back this morning just to give him an hour. We'll see.
I got about 10 minutes of sleep last night, which is good. I tricked my body because I got up and shaved and stood in the shower, and so I think that I got 8 hours. It was like a power nap, basically.
When I write a song, like, I don't pull it out on stage for like months, you know, and I finally, you know, practice it up and I'll try it once, and if it goes well, you know, maybe it'll come back again. You know, these guys are you know, putting themselves on the line. It's, I don't envy them.
Better for any mistakes that we have made.
You're playing it with me, right?
Am I?
Yeah. It'll be good.
Okay. As Steve's getting up on stage, he asked me to play it with him, and I had not played the song at all since the day before, and hadn't thought it was going to be something that I needed to do, or else I would have practiced.
Mama, don't you waste no prayers on me. By now I'm the man I'm always gonna be. If I could pull the truck out of the ravine, no one needs to know except you and me. No matter what I say, I know you're always gonna pray. Tomorrow, son, I'll stop praying for you. I won't ask my God to change what you do. I'll just remember how I used to brush your hair as I say the last prayer. How many nights did you wait up for me, closing your eyes to what you didn't want to see? Tomorrow, son, I'll stop praying for you. I won't ask my God to change what you do. I'll just remember how I used to brush your hair as I say the last prayer.
The thing for me was I was so scared that I was going to mess up the song that I didn't even have time to think about what we were doing. So by the time we finished the song, I remembered I should be scared about that too. It was beautiful. Nice work.
Thank you.
Nice work.
So this is great. SongCraft Presents came to the Kansas City Folk Alliance, and we're leaving happy. This was a total success.
Being involved in this experiment has been really fun for me, and I'm honored that I've gotten to do it twice, because I've gotten two completely different songs, Tramp Stamp and The Last Prayer, and I'm glad that they're different. I would do it anytime you guys ask, just because it's a fun challenge, and I'm always up for a challenge.
Tomorrow, son, I'll stop praying for you. I won't ask my God to change what you do.
Hi, this is Rob Reinhardt from Acoustic Cafe. If you'd like to see more from SongCraft Presents, including a full music video of Steve Poltz performing The Last Prayer, visit acafe.com or songcraftpresents.com.
The last prayer.
Download A Last Prayer at iTunes or your favorite digital retailer.